Corey Elliott, and my major is environmental studies. It was biology, but I changed it because, you know, time and money, and I don't have either. So I'm kind of in marine ecology, kind of dabbing into that.
Hi, my name is Sophia. So beginning of the semester is bio major. That changed halfway through the semester, especially with all the legal stuff I was doing.
Daniel Osborne. I am technically a junior at Florida Gulf Coast University. I am a biology major and I have a huge interest in environmental science, environmental studies, ecology, that sort of thing. Both of us basically have the same criteria. We love nature and we want to work to help with nature in some way, shape, or form. So when we sent out our applications to a couple of different organizations saying like, hey, would you like to partner with us? Calusa responded in like 2 minutes. And they're like, yes, we'd love to have you. So, you know, that level of enthusiasm. Plus, I'd heard a little bit about Calusa beforehand from a friend of mine, and it seemed like a really nice place. I like nature centers in general, so it just seemed like a natural fit.
From the surface, it looked really nice, and then when we finally got a tour of the place, we found that, you know, it was broken down and there was a lot of damage there from Irma, and we needed to fix it. It needed to be put up and fixed up.
I was hoping for a little bit more physicality, I guess you could say. Like when we went into it, I was expecting us to do some kind of like actual labor type volunteer work, but it turns out that's not what they wanted from us. When we showed up at Calusa, they asked us to help with the signs, like that was the first thing that came to mind for them.
What do they need? And first thing that they came up was signs. And so we were figuring out, okay, you know, what can we do for them? What are the materials we need? How much is it going to cost? How many signs do we need to replace? How do we want the signs to look? So we kind of had to, you know, delegate all of those questions and trying to figure out, you know, what they wanted, because that was the most important thing. It was actually, we were working out in the front, kind of putting not wristbands, but we were checking wristbands on people. And on several occasions we had groups of people come running back, screaming for their lives. So that was very entertaining for us. And yeah, it was a nice moment, you know, just interacting with different people, and also a bonding moment as well with your partners, and it was a great experience.
Walk is Calusa's biggest fundraiser of the year. Basically, they take one of their trails and they dress it up in all kinds of spooky Halloween stuff, and they have like 20 or so volunteers at a time come and dress up in scary costumes, and people pay admission and they walk through the trail and get their pants scared off. And Corey and I were able to volunteer to help run the thing. We were at the front, we weren't scarers or anything, we were handing out wristbands and checking, but it was still really fun. And I wanted to get some footage at the time, but unfortunately I didn't realize that in order to shoot at night, you need a camera designed to do that. So all of the footage we got looked like this.
No idea how to fundraise. So this was new territory for me, and I know Sophia had some experience with fundraising, so I thought, hey, I'm going to pay attention and see how this whole process works. And it's all about communication, just reaching out and asking for help, and there will always be somebody that will answer that call. And we were lucky enough to partner with Chipotle and Panera Bread, and you know, to get some money together. And they didn't have to do that; they just did it out of the kindness of their own hearts, which we all appreciate, and as well as Calusa.
I actually decided to do this maybe like a month or so ago. I could have like maybe more than two. I could have done 3 or 4. They were really nice most of the time when it comes to putting it together, and we're lucky most of it's online. And I accidentally contacted someone from Colorado, and they're like, no, we can't help you with this event. I thought it just shows you that if you're trying to do something good out of the goodness of your heart, people are willing to help. And if I could do it differently, I would diversify and then table more, because I feel like I didn't talk to enough people. And I came up to every person at one point with flyers and just like, hey, take a flyer. You take a flyer.
We organized a couple of fundraisers. One of them actually didn't turn out any profit. We didn't reach our minimum goal. We must have pumped out 200 flyers and nobody showed up. I don't know what the problem was. I'm not exactly sure what we could have done differently, but yeah, fundraising is harder than I gave it credit for. We did end up still making some money on a different fundraiser, but it was not as easy as I would have thought.
What they do is it's really good. Like, they actually care. They're not like a nonprofit that just has, oh, hey, we're gonna have like X amount of animals because people like animals, and then we'll kind of maintain these grounds, and then people just will show up. Their mission is actually seen, and you can tell that they actually care about the people, and then their staff members, and then everything else that they take care of in between. They're really passionate, and it's really nice to see that, because most of the time the world's really fake.
Well, Calusa does need some renovating after the storm, so any little bit helps. And that little bit was the signs. Because it is a nice thing to come in and see things not so scraggly looking when you're going on your nature trail and your walk or your run or whatever you're doing. And it's also educational. So you're leaving some kind of impact on people as they go through.